Okay, last but not least, our essay formats video number 3 on conclusions. As I mentioned in the introduction paragraph video, introduction paragraphs are, in my experience, highly underdeveloped and unloved. The second paragraph that gets a lot of neglect and is a great source for showing off is the concluding paragraphs. You're usually taught to just summarize. It comes from that 5-paragraph format that you're taught in high school, that many of us are taught in high school, where you got your introduction, where you tell them what you're going to tell them, your body paragraphs, where you tell them, and then your conclusion, where you tell them what you just told them. That is important to learn, something about that. Paragraphs should have format, but for a 5-paragraph format, it's really, not very useful. We're here to elevate your style, and when you're writing longer essays, like 15, 20-page essays, I know some of your heads just exploded, but then having summary and a conclusion makes sense, because you might not remember all the important points the writer wants you to leave the essay with. So the writer using some summary there is a good choice. But a strong essay conclusion should have the following parts. Could have a little summary, like I said, if you feel it's necessary. But it also needs to answer a so what question. So what? Why do we care about, Dorothy and female role models? Why? And in answering that question, it's probably the answer to the driving theoretical question that helps you create your thesis. That is the so what. Make it important to your reader in this modern cultural moment. Even if you're writing about something in the past, which most of us always do. Even if you're writing about events in the past, even if you're writing about concerns of like the 1920s. Excuse me. You have to make it essential or important, or give some explanation as to why it's important to a modern reader. Okay, so you can use some summary. You should definitely answer the so what question. And last but not least, you need to create what I call a call to action. And that is simply, towards the end of your conclusion, ask your reader to do something. If, for example, you're writing an essay about some law and you're having to persuade them whether it's a good law or a bad law, or you think it's a bad law and you're trying to persuade them it's bad, maybe your call to action could be to ask them, now that you've explained why it's bad, you could have them write to a congressman or a senator about changing this law. That's a call to action. Asking your reader to think about something. Thinking is an action. So asking them to think about something in a different way, to see something in a different way. That is also a call to action. So it doesn't have to be some extreme thing that they physically have to do, but it adds a level to your conclusion that just mere summary doesn't have. So remember, you can use summary, not a problem. You can use, oh my God, just slipped my mind. Answering the so what question, and you need a call to action. Think of your concluding paragraphs as the opposite form of your introductory paragraphs. Remember, in the introduction, you start off broad and you narrow it all the way down to your thesis. The conclusion is just the opposite. You start off narrow, and then you broaden it back out to that call to action. Okay? And it can be tricky. It takes practice, and that's what we're going to do maybe over the next week or two, so you get used to thinking in terms of that format. Okay? Again, if you have questions, please email me. We'll set up a Google Meet. Uh, I, and it would be my pleasure to clarify any confusion that may remain. Stay healthy, stay well.